lost his life. It's senseless. It doesn't make sense.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today I bring you a tragic story coming out of Columbia, South Carolina, involving a store owner who shot and killed a 14-year-old boy by the name of Cyrus Carmack Belton over an allegation of shoplifting. Now, the police investigated and they concluded that there was no shoplifting. The store owner thought the young man stole something, but he didn't. So there was no shoplifting. It was an allegation. Now, the allegation prompted the store owner to confront the young boy and chase him out of the store. He ran after him and wound up shooting him in the back, killing him. Now, may the young man rest in peace, and prayers out to his family. This is a tragedy, 100%. And of course, there are racial overtones here because the store owner is Asian and the young man is black. So there's a lot of that going on. People talking about black on Asian crime. Now we have an Asian on black crime. You're talking about some Black Lives Matter type elements going on. They may loot and riot the store. There's a lot of different things happening here. Before I go any further into the news clip and whatnot, I just want to say that the Asian store owner, doesn't matter what race he is, but that's just what he is. He was 100% wrong. He thought the young man stole something. He didn't steal anything. Chased after him, shot him in the back. It's kind of open and shut to me. It really ain't a whole lot more to say as far as the guilt or innocence, in my humble opinion. But there's more information we need to know. And if you want to see more about this, I will link to it in the description box. But let's watch local news from out there in Columbia, South Carolina. And without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
A Columbia convenience store owner charged with murder tonight after the shooting death of a 14-year-old boy.
So that's obviously him right there. That's the store owner.
Richland County deputies say that Rick Chow, who owns a Shell gas station near Park Lane Road in Columbia, chased Cyrus Carmack Belton from his store last night after suspecting him of shoplifting. That incident happened, according to deputies, at about 8 p.m. on Sunday night. Investigators say Chow shot the boy in the back just down the road off the convenience store property on Spring Tree Drive.
Nick Neville's joining us, and Nick, there had been some protesters out there during the day. Tell us what the scene is now.
Now, I'm going to pause right here about the protesters. If there was no arrest, well, I'm going to say this. I think they were right to be out there to get him arrested, but I think he was going to get arrested regardless. But I say that they were right to be out there. Now, once you get into the rioting and the looting and the carrying on, which did not happen here, but if that was to happen, then I wouldn't be with it, even if the guy was guilty or whatever. But the peaceful protesting, I support that 100%. Absolutely.
On Park Lane Road there in front of that convenience store.
Dondi and Judy, so community activists and advocates against gun violence hadn't been out here all day, really, all afternoon. That crowd has dwindled some. There's also a sign on the door of this gas station that says, "We're closed for Memorial Day. Sorry for the inconvenience." Now, throughout the day, multiple people came by. At one point, Richland County Coroner Nada Rutherford provided an update to this crowd shortly after 3 o'clock, and there was loud applause from the crowd when Chow's charge was announced.
You know what they got to do here? They got to go ahead and just transfer ownership to a whole different kind of people, not even the guy's family or nothing like that, because it's going to be a problem for anybody that's working there. You know, if it's a white guy in there or a black guy in there behind the counter, then they probably won't get any kind of negative treatment. But if it's the guy's family, like if he goes to jail, which he will, and then he just gives it to his wife or something like that, they're not going to like that at all. That's going to be a problem. So transfer ownership of the whole store completely to avoid any kind of problems.
It's senseless. It doesn't make sense.
Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott describing the murder of 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack Belton outside a Shell gas station on Park Lane Road Sunday night. The store's owner, Rick Chow, has been charged in the killing.
It's just sad. It's sad. If y'all ever seen that baby laying right there, that's all I can see. All I can see.
The owner suspected Cyrus of shoplifting inside the store, which RCSD has said did not happen.
Regardless, even if he had shoplifted 4 bottles of water, which is what he initially took out of the cooler, and then he put them back, even if he'd done that. That's not something you shoot anybody over, much less a 14-year-old, but you just don't do that.
At one point, there was a verbal confrontation inside the store, but no indication that things turned physical. Cyrus was running away when he was shot. The coroner's office says he had one gunshot wound to the right lower back. Deputies recovered a gun believed to belong to the victim near his body. RCSD says there's no evidence he pointed it at or threatened Chow.
Let's pause right there. That's a key piece that we got to focus on, because some are going to bring that up, say, hey, man, he had a gun. He's 14 years old. Shouldn't have had the gun. You're right about that, but it's not relevant, because unless he pulled it out on the store owner, some kind of robbery or intimidation or brandishing or something like that, that's the only time it would matter. Because if that happens, it changes the whole thing. It's no longer about shoplifting, and then it's about, well, now we're in a gunfight. But that's not what happened. There was an allegation of shoplifting. It didn't happen. He confronts a young man. The young man leaves, then runs away. The store owner produces a gun, shoots him in the back as he's running away. Okay, if there was some kind of gun battle, then the young man wouldn't get shot in his back. It'd be more of a head-on type situation. And then there would be evidence of the gun being fired rather than just having the gun right by him after the whole thing was over with. You see what I'm saying? So the gun does not matter in this case, even if it is illegal for him to have it, which of course you're 14, so you can't have a gun, but it doesn't matter because it wasn't part of the actual situation.
One woman who saw the shooting happen and called 911 is calling for justice.
Do you even want to go in the store now? Because anything can happen now these days, and everybody's getting trigger happy. That young man didn't have to die like that, but for me to witness that yesterday, like, I'm in fear for my own brother. And for any of the kids that's in my neighborhood, because these kids, they come outside all the time. They come to the store all the time.
Now, I'm going to tell you what, though. One thing about it, what she's saying about the kids and, well, I don't know about the kids, but everybody being trigger happy, that's correct. You're in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm sure this ain't the first time somebody done got shot and killed, and it's usually going to be black on black if a black person gets shot and killed, and it's going to be a very high rate of that happening compared to any other racial groups. Okay, that's the reality. So, yes, this case was wrong, and the guy should go to jail, but I don't think this case should heighten your awareness on the violence in the community. You see what I mean?
Now it's like, now you got to watch your kids.
Had the opportunity today briefly to speak with one of Cyrus's brothers. He did not want to go on camera, said his entire family, especially his mother, is torn up. He said Cyrus was a great kid, really smart. He said he taught him everything he knew, and he said he didn't deserve what happened to him. Reporting in Columbia, Nick Nebel, WIS News 10.
Nick, thank you very much. Richland County deputies tell WIS they are reviewing surveillance video as a part of the investigation. Sheriff Lott also says there have been a number of incidents and confrontations between customers and store owners at that Shell gas station before, but nothing that rose to the level of charging Chow in relation to any of those incidents. Richland District 2 also issued a statement this afternoon saying, quote, the Richland 2 family is devastated to learn of the tragic death of one of our Summit Parkway Middle School students. Our students, teachers, and school staff are grieving, and our district staff will be there tomorrow to support them through it. Our deepest sympathies go out to the Carmack Belton family in their time of loss.
So there you have it. 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack Belton shot, killed by a store owner over an allegation of shoplifting. As they said in the clip, there had been other incidents at that same store, probably some of the same thing, same allegation, shoplifting. And I'm sure there was some people that stole from the store, and the store owner is confronting them. But the store owner simply got it wrong this time, according to what the police say. The police say there was no shoplifting. He was incorrect. And then it rose to a level of, you're going to shoot him in the back. So they say they're going to look at the camera footage and see more about what's happening. But as it stands right now, the store owner, he's pretty much done. He will probably go to prison, and rightfully so, because he did a thing that was just inappropriate. Although somebody may think that something's going on and that they think they can handle it a certain kind of way, it doesn't mean they're right. Clearly, he was not right, according to what the police say. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what's going on here? Do you think there was shoplifting, although the police said there wasn't? Do you think that the store owner was in the wrong, reacted inappropriately, shooting the young man in the back? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I think there had been a lot of things at the store that had gone down, shoplifting, incidents with the store owner and other people, but they were justified, meaning the store owner was right to defend himself. The store owner was right to confront some of the people, but this time he got it wrong, and you got to be able to pay for it. You know, somebody could say it was a mistake, but you got a young man that's dead now, and you got his family grieving, so somebody's got to pay for it. If the young man did not steal, if he didn't do anything wrong, and he was wrongly targeted, and the police even said, even if there was something that he did wrong, which it wasn't, you can't react like that. This kind of reminds me of the whole Travis Rudolph situation, right? He was set up. He was not in the wrong for having, people come to him. But when it became wrong is when he chased after the vehicle with his weapon. Now, maybe he might get off on that. Maybe he might get a lighter sentence. But at a certain point, you got to understand the law, what you can do and what you cannot do in all situations, because ignorance is no excuse for the law. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.